The Galactic Council had made many mistakes in its 3,000-year history, but none quite as catastrophic as underestimating humanity's stubborn streak. Ambassador Kethvar of the Zephyrian Collective still remembered the day the ultimatum was delivered to Earth's representatives. His crystalline features reflecting the chamber's ethereal blue light as he watched the humans' faces harden with defiance. Submit to Council authority or face isolation, the High Chancellor had declared, his voice echoing through the vast assembly hall where representatives from 800 worlds had gathered. The message was clear: join the established order or be cut off from galactic civilization entirely. Captain Marcus Rodriguez, Earth's chief diplomat, had stood slowly, his weathered hands gripping the podium. The Terran Empire has survived ice ages, world wars, and the vacuum of space itself, he had said, his voice steady as steel. We didn't crawl out of our gravity well just to kneel before another bureaucracy. That had been 50 years ago. Now, as Kethvar's ship drifted through the ruins of what had once been the Council's most secure military installation, he wondered if they should have listened more carefully to the humans' warning. The humans had indeed been isolated, cut off from all trade routes, diplomatic channels, and technological exchanges. The Council had expected them to crumble within a decade, their expansion stunted, their people desperate for reconnection with galactic society. Instead, something far more dangerous had happened. Humanity had evolved. Without access to established technologies, they had been forced to innovate. Without diplomatic protection, they had militarized. Without trading partners, they had become self-sufficient to a degree that made other civilizations nervous. The Terran Empire had transformed from a promising newcomer into something the galaxy had never seen before, a completely independent human war machine. The first sign of trouble had come from the Outer Rim territories. Entire Council patrol fleets simply vanished without sending distress signals. At first, the disappearances were attributed to pirates or natural phenomena. Then the reports started filtering in from merchant vessels and exploration ships. Massive human dreadnoughts unlike anything in Council databases, moving through space with impossible speed and coordination. Dr. Elena Vasquez, the Empire's chief strategist, had spent decades preparing for this moment. In the isolation chambers beneath Luna City, she had wargamed every possible scenario. The Council had given humanity time, precious, uninterrupted time, to study their weaknesses, map their territories, and develop countermeasures for every known alien technology. They wanted us to bow, she had told her officers during the final planning session. Instead, they gave us exactly what we needed: an enemy to unite against and the solitude to prepare. The Terran fleet emerged from hyperspace simultaneously across 47 Council systems, their ships bearing insignias that sent chills through alien command centers. A blue world wrapped in chains, with the chains breaking apart. The message was unmistakable: Earth would not be bound. What followed was not a war in any traditional sense, but rather a systematic dismantling of Council authority. Human ships moved with precision that spoke of decades of planning, targeting supply lines, communication networks, and administrative centers while carefully avoiding civilian populations. They weren't conquerors seeking territory. They were surgeons excising a tumor. The Council's greatest strength, its vast bureaucratic network spanning hundreds of worlds, became its greatest weakness when faced with an enemy that struck everywhere at once. Kethvar watched his own government collapse in real time as human forces seized control of the quantum communication grid, turning the Council's own infrastructure against them. Within 6 months, the political structure that had maintained galactic peace for millennia lay in ruins. But humanity didn't stop there. They began broadcasting across all frequencies, offering something the Council never had: true autonomy for member worlds willing to trade fairly and respect boundaries. As Kethvar's rescue ship finally arrived at his crippled vessel, he reflected on the bitter irony. The Council had sought to prevent galactic chaos by forcing submission. Instead, they had created the very thing they feared most: a power strong enough to reshape the galaxy entirely. The Terran Empire had refused to bow, and now every world would have to choose: adapt to the new reality or share the Council's fate. In the distance, human ships maintained their silent vigil, patient as the species that had learned to thrive in isolation and emerge stronger than anyone had imagined possible. The galaxy would never be the same.